So this is skipping forward a bit here, but once the world embraces this resource-based economy, what do you think will happen to everything that's already here? Like the city, what do you think will happen? Do you think it'll start from the ground up? We'll just demolish everything? We'll have it adapt? Like what will happen to the city of Los Angeles?
I think, as we say in the beginning, we would take a survey of all the resources. And a survey implies where is the best places to locate the cities. If it just so happens that Los Angeles turns out to be an optimal destination to employ resources to build a new metropolitan center, then guess what we're going to do? Level it, okay? Because it's grossly inefficient. Did anybody sit in traffic here on the way to get here? All right, need I say more? All right? We would just bring out the bulldozers. One thing I almost like to point out sometimes about bulldozers and leveling things is bulldozers and heavy machinery equipment is a testimony of actually of the capacity we have to level and redesign metropolitan areas. When you pass a bulldozer, 99.9% of the time, it's just sitting there idle, not doing anything at all, right? How long do you think it would take 100 bulldozers to level Los Angeles and start it over again? But anyway, I think a lot in radical ways.
What would you do with all the people though? All the, 9 million people here, would they just go to a refugee camp outside the city and wait?
Oh no. Well, we certainly could do a lot better than FEMA did down
It's
at...
not that fast.
Yeah. Obviously, like any transition, let's call LA our home. And let's say we wanted to redesign our home. So much so that we felt the home we lived in right now needed to be leveled and started over. Just like anybody else that remodels their home to the ground, they move out. So we would plan ahead of time, temporary housing, somewhere external, probably within proximity so that we could go and work on the new home, and we could handle that. Good. Not a problem.
Yeah, I don't see it as an issue either. And also, it's not a singular, not here today, here tomorrow kind of a thing. These transitions are very time-consuming. Infrastructure changes, as of right now, if the investments behind it usually are projects on the magnitude of 7 to 15 years. Any large infrastructure undertaking. Not to say that something like that would be sped up without the hindrance of a monetary system, and everything being done based on cost or somebody's opinion. But when you're dealing with things on a technical level, we understand these are technical problems. So I would imagine the collective brain power we could bring to a project would make something like this seemingly not that big a deal. But also the other honest answer I have for you is I'm not sure what that would look like, because for me it's off in the future somewhere, and we have a lot more challenges to get through before we worry about kicking everybody out of LA, to be honest with you.
It sounds like maybe some of the crux of that question is the human piece of it, like, if people have to be displaced. And you kind of use the term refugee camp, but I think you need to remember this would be design where every single design and strategy is around the human well-being of humans. So that would be accounted for. Those people would be taken care of. However that would be, I don't know now, but that's part of why what we're pitching is so unique, is that, yeah, let's start to design things for human betterment, and with that being, quality of life being at the core of that. So that would definitely be at the core of that transition as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, I remember being up on the hill of Griffith Park a couple weeks ago with Phil there in the audience, and I was asking him, just looking back at this vast landscape, polluted landscape of Los Angeles, just thinking of how it would happen. So just thinking about it, that's all I wanted to say, that I was thinking about it. I don't know. Phil had some interesting comments, though. He's right there, the dreadlocks. So if you catch up with him, he's got some really good things to say about transition.